Okay, kids, we're back here with Bob was telling us about surfing in the 60s, and I'm thinking, is it possible you knew a guy named Dewey Weber?
Yes, I did. That's so strange. I lived next door to Dewey Weber, and I wasn't even surfing. Dewey Weber, people don't realize it, was a great wrestler. He went to Maricosta High, and his freshman year, he took second in CIF, and then he won CIF the next 3 years in a row. And he went to El Camino College, and he used to come over and get me because he was working on his Woody, and he needed somebody to help stretch the canvas top over, and while he tacked it down. And then his parents would always show me his clippings and all that stuff. And Dewey Weber was a Duncan Yo-Yo national champion. He was Buster Brown, the little kid in the shoe. He was Buster Brown. And actually, this guy should be in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, not so much because of his wrestling. He injured his arm in the Olympic trials wrestling. The guy came down and dislocated it. And because of that, then he was getting drafted, so he got drunk and had somebody beat it with a sock with sand in it until it was just so swollen and they 4F'd him. He went into surfing, became famous, and a millionaire.
Wow, that is an amazing story. Dewey Weber was a wrestler.
Absolutely, great wrestler, for high school at least, and into junior college until he got injured.
So you, it's your senior year in high school.
Yes.
Out here, they call it the CIF.
Yeah, CIF and Masters, actually, they broke it down afterwards, but we only had CIF, but what they call a Masters now, which is 300-something schools. We went to league, and then after league, we went to a qualifying tournament. It was about a 32-man bracket, and then you had the place in the top 6, I think it was, and then you didn't get a piece of paper, you didn't get anything but a pat on the back, and then you got to go to what they called CIF, which is now originally the Masters tournament.
Now it's called the Masters.
Yeah, and that qualified you to go to state, but we didn't have state in those days.
How did you do in...
I went down to San Diego and beat the CIF champion in a freestyle match, so I considered myself a half a state champion.
There you go. You eventually end up at
El Camino Junior
College.
Yes.
Had you thought about you going to college when you were a kid, or?
No, I wasn't. I was like, when I came back and graduated from college, one of the teachers I thought you'd be in jail or dead by now. I came from a pretty rough background. Dad had been in jail, had problems. Really not a very healthy family. And
not many college graduates.
None. I was the first to graduate from high school. Neither one of my parents graduated from high school.
Where is El Camino?
El Camino is in the north part of Torrance, and it's a junior college, and it actually ended up winning 7 state championships and about 5 seconds, and it produced guys that made the Olympic team. Rich Tamble won the Olympic trials with me. He went to high school with me, junior college. And then myself, Nick Carollo, Pan American Games champion and all that stuff. So that whole era there was really a hotbed for wrestling.
Did your high school coach have anything to do with that? Did he tell you ought to go to junior college?
Nobody told me anything. They didn't even think, the counselors did nothing with me. I didn't even know I could go to junior college. How I went to junior college was, I was trying to figure out if I failed, if I could stay in school one more year so I could figure out what I'm going to do in my life. I had no idea, no direction. Nobody told me. My parents never graduated from high school, so it wasn't any big deal. And so my high school coach calls me up. He says, this guy, Dave Hangstiller at El Camino College wants you to call him. said, okay, why? He said, no, he wants you to wrestle. I said, how can I go to college? I didn't have the grades. I had like a D+ average. I had 68 absences in one quarter because I was only the first part of the morning because I was surfing all the time. So anyway, I called Dave and he said, I want you to come down here. I want to talk to you. Da-da-da-da. He came down, enrolled me into junior college, got me some classes. I was first going to just be a liberal arts major, or maybe do auto body and fender. I had those courses, and I didn't even have the money to pay for my books and tuition, which was maybe $60. Alan Walty's mom gave me money to go. I wouldn't even gone to college, and
this Axteller guy is the coach?
Hank Stiller.
Or Hank Stiller, I'm sorry.
Hank Stiller, yes, he's the coach. He was like third in the NCAAs in boxing championships. He was a good boxer. He never really wrestled, and he trained us hard. And he would go to the clinics at the NCAA Division I and learn some technique and come back and show us.
And Carollo is now your teammate.
Yeah, he was just right after me. First, I won myself and two other guys have pictures in my Facebook. We won the state championship. And so 147 pounder used to kick my butt all the time in practice. And then John Southen could leg ride and he put those figure 4 on you and make you crawl out the room till you cried. And so they got me tough. And I was wrestling up at 77. I lost to Charlie Tribble 2-1 and in the tournament. Can't think of the name of
But you wrestled 2 years at El Camino.
Yes, I did.
Won a state.
And he made me go down to 167.
Finally you've got weight.
Yeah, like I weighed I was wrestling 77, and he looked at the weight charts, and I was only weighing out at 170. So he said, you're going down. And I ended up beating in league the guy that was second in the state and getting an outstanding wrestler, going on to a qualifying tournament, winning that, and then going on to in semifinals beating this really tough wrestler Terry Wigglesworth, and I beat him, and then I went on and won it in the finals.
So now you got 2 years junior college. You're a champ.
No, that's my first year.
Oh, your first year. Okay.
I second year English, bonehead English. I was ineligible for half the semester, so I didn't get to wrestle. So I went to a tournament, beat Werner Holzer from Iowa, NCAA champion in this tournament, freestyle, the Wrist Lock Club, and then came back, and I was eligible. I pinned everybody I wrestled. I pinned everybody in league. I got outstanding wrestler again in league. I pinned everybody in the sectionals. Pinned everybody until the final match. And the guy didn't even care if he lost. He just didn't want to get pinned. He did a short sit out, and I had it all set up. I knew I was going to grab him and just suck him back and pin him. And the sucker stood up on me, got away, and ran. And I took him down. And then and so anyway, I went outstanding wrestler, and I pinned everybody that year but one guy.
Oh, and that was El Camino Junior College.
Right.
And we'll be right back.